Welcome to Thai Nguyen News. I'm Viet Cường. Let's take a look at today's headlines. Provincial leader meets delegation from Manchester City, United Kingdom. Provincial leader works with Management Board of Industrial Zones. Expanding loan capital, foundation for sustainable poverty eradication. On March 11th, the delegation from Manchester City, United Kingdom, led by Peter Thompson, International Trade Advisor, visited and worked in Thái Nguyên province. The delegation was accompanied by Mrs. Nicola Davies, Director of Asia-Pacific Trade Promotion, to explore opportunities for investment in Thái Nguyên province. At the meeting, Mr. Phạm Xuân Đường, head of Thái Nguyên Provincial National Assembly delegation, gave brief information about Thái Nguyên. With the continuous growth in recent years, Thái Nguyên is one of the 10 provinces and cities having the largest industrial value in the country. Currently, the province has about 4,000 activating enterprises in all fields. The province always provides favorable conditions for businesses to find investment cooperation, especially FDI enterprises. In addition, Thái Nguyên is a big human resources training center in the north of Vietnam. In 2012, Thái Nguyên University, in collaboration with Manchester University, brought students of Thái Nguyên University to the United Kingdom for high-quality higher education and postgraduate education. Thái Nguyên is looking forward to continuously coordinate with Manchester University with the expectation of building the international university under Thái Nguyên University. On the same day, the representatives of the two parties signed a memorandum of cooperation between Thái Nguyên Provincial People's Committee and Manchester City, the United Kingdom. On March 12th, Mr. Nhữ Văn Tâm, Vice Chairman of Thái Nguyên Provincial People's Committee, presided over the meeting with leaders of the Management Board of Thái Nguyên Industrial Zones.
According to the report of the Management Board of Thái Nguyên Industrial Zones, there were 6 industrial parks in the province with an area of 1,420 hectares. To date, 4 of these 6 industrial parks have approved the detailed plans. Meanwhile, Yên Binh 1 and Viet Thang industrial zones are completing detailed planning documents for approval. The work for compensation and land clearance of the industrial parks has been implemented, attracting 77 investment projects. At present, there are 34 projects in operation. At the meeting, representatives of Management Board of Thái Nguyên Industrial Zones presented a number of problems and suggested the provincial leaders to decide the ways to solve these. Concluding the meeting, Mr. Nhữ Văn Tâm required all concerned to promote investment attraction in the coming time and emphasized that the allocated projects with slow progress implementation can be recovered and be given to other potential projects. The Vice Chairman also mentioned that the Management Board should coordinate with the Department of Trade and Industry and the Department of Finance to find resources to continue investment in infrastructure of industrial zones.
Also on March 12, the Steering Committee for Mineral Resources Management in Thái Nguyên Province held a meeting on managing mineral resources in the province. Mr. Dương Ngọc Long, Chairman of Thái Nguyên Provincial People's Committee, presided over the meeting. At the meeting, leaders of relevant sectors and local authorities pointed out the existing problems in the process of mineral resources management in localities, including the delimitation of restricted and licensed extractive areas, jurisdiction of local governments in terms of managing mineral resources, consolidating and maintaining the management units, supervising, controlling, and combating illegal minerals exploitation, and the work of recovery, ensuring the infrastructure and the local environment in the mining process. Concluding the meeting, Mr. Long highly appreciated the efforts of relevant agencies and developments in managing mineral resources. He also required relevant agencies and local authorities to consider carefully mining licensing, review the operation of licensed mines, complete planning for approving exploitation license, and assess the current state of the environment before, during, and after the mining process. On March 11th, Thái Nguyên City held a meeting to summarize the movement All Citizens Unite to Build Cultural Life in 2012 and proposed directions and tasks in 2013.
In 2012, the implementation of the movement All Citizens Unite to Build Cultural Life was directed by the party committee at all levels, agencies and organizations. With the strong response of all strata and citizens, the movement had a deep impact on every aspect of social life, contributing to economic development and enhanced political security and social order. In particular, the movement of poverty reduction was finished in a number of specific measures. Many poor households got loan capital and were guided for sustainable economic development. With the results achieved in the past year, in 2013, Thái Nguyên City focuses on developing movement more widespread and effectively, overcoming differences in the cultural life among the people, striving to achieve 93% cultural families, 66% cultural hamlets and groups, 94% units and agencies to meet cultural standards, building 15 cultural houses at the basic level, and reducing 0.5% poor households.
On the morning of March 11th, the market management team of Thai Nguyen City launched a campaign to check motorcycle helmets business and trade establishments in the area. On the first day of the campaign, the market management team focused on checking the large number of helmet business establishments and found out that most helmets were stylish, non-standard, and had no original stamps, but were favored and widely used among local residents. At some test sites, the market management team discovered and confiscated more than 800 non-standard helmets and some other fashionable ones, which didn't have the required functions. Moreover, although many helmets bore standard stamps of CR and other standard stamps, the majority was said to be fake stamps according to the functional force. This makes it very difficult for people to distinguish the proper helmet from non-standardized ones. In the coming days, the market management team of Thai Nguyen City will continue to closely examine helmet business units in the area. The Prime Minister has issued a decision for the Social Policy Bank to provide loans to households approaching poverty with the aim of enabling them to sustain requirements for production and business. On the 16th of April 2013, the decision number 15 on credit for poor households will be activated. This is not only good news for the poor, but also a basis for many localities, including Thái Nguyên province, to successfully implement strategic objectives of sustainable poverty eradication in the coming time. The family of Nguyễn Văn Toàn in Vo Hamlet, Tân Thành Commune, Phú Bình District, heard of this news in the early days of March. His family and many other poor households will be able to borrow capital from the Social Policy Bank for their production and development. Mr. Tuan shared that 2 years ago, the amount of 25 million Vietnam dong from Social Policy Bank helped his family develop business on animal husbandry, and this has pushed them out of poverty line. With the decision number 15 issued by the Prime Minister, his family will have more conditions to solve immediate problems and expand animal husbandry development. With loaned capital, my family will expand animal husbandry models to increase income. Quân Chu is an agricultural commune of Đại Từ District with over 70 ethnic groups. For a locality considered the most difficult in Đại Từ District, to lessen poverty is difficult, but even harder to stop diving into poverty line. Therefore, for many years, the issue of sustainable poverty reduction has been a difficult problem for those who work in the field of social security. In 2012, the poverty rate dropped to 45.89%. Through the mass media, we learned that the government has extended loan capital among poor households. This was also our desire for such a long time. According to information from Vietnam Social Policy Bank, this year the bank will allocate approximately 2,000 to 3,000 billion Vietnam dong to poor households to ensure they can borrow an average of 15 million Vietnam dong per household to invest in production and business. The expansion of credit to poor households will help meet the aspirations of many people. This can be taken as an encouragement and support to the poor households to help them invest in production and business, gradually getting out of poverty line, thereby contributing to the goal of socio-economic development of the locality. And that's all we have for today. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.